Anyway, this is my garden. My actually, my gardening is my life. I've always gardened ever since I was little, and well.
What do you have growing?
Well, actually, everything that I grow, I get organically. I buy organic seeds, and I raise a lot of my own seeds. I love doing that because they just come up all over. That's why the flowers, those flowers all came up from last year's seeds. And I don't really do, a lot of people just do their rows and the rest of it, and I just kind of let things go wild and grow as they please. And you'll see as we go through the garden that there's things in all kinds of flower, everything else that. But I guess the main thing about my organic garden is the fact that it's healthy for you. I don't allow anything in my garden that has any. I don't even use chicken manure because they spray for flies. What you see, the piles you see around here are kelp. They gave away some kelp not too long ago. Of course, I have a truck, and I had to make all kinds of trips to get kelp. And it's absolutely wonderful stuff. But the main thing about my mulch pile is I got into biodynamic gardening several years ago. Rudolf Steiner was headed that up. He was a real scientist. He was a real, I mean, his stuff is fascinating. I belong to the Josephine Porter Institute and the rest of it. It's all done exactly as they prescribe. You get herbs and you face it a certain way so it's in tune, and spray it with all kinds of herbs and do all these things that actually it's kind of hard to explain unless you just off the top of my head. But
what do you use for fertilizer?
I use horse manure, and I even check the horse ranch where I get it to see what they feed them. And it's actually the way and I do the kelp. I use a lot of kelp. Kelp really makes stuff grow, and I line up the compost pile certain ways, the way the instructions tell you, and you use twigs, and then you do green, then you do brown, then you do horse manure, then you do kelp, and the alignment of it and all the herbs you use is the secret to the whole thing.
It makes your garden grow.
It's actually a spiritual thing with me even. It makes the garden grow, and I know that everything here that I use is good for you.
Do you eat a lot of the things you grow?
Yes, absolutely. I share with my family, and friends say, well, you could start a truck garden. Well, I couldn't sell any of this stuff. I give it away.
Let's hold that.